Good morning, everyone. Okay, so our topic was DNA packaging. Under DNA packaging, you have to see two subheadings. One is DNA packaging in prokaryotes. Second is then DNA packaging in eukaryotes. Then DNA packaging in prokaryotes we have seen yesterday, and even eukaryotes also we have done. And we have seen all these things. Right now, what you are observing there on your screen, all these points we have explained in the previous days, yesterday and day before yesterday. And yesterday we started from here, and I don't want to repeat the thing. So all these things we have seen yesterday, and after that we came to eukaryotes. In eukaryotes, we have seen all these points, and after that we came to a particular topic. Examination point of view, this is very important, and this is the point. I think the net is gone. Yeah, net has gone. No connectivity. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now it is mobile data. Okay. Connectivity has gone. Okay. That is why you are not getting the screen over there. So we have seen over here yesterday nucleosome, and here I stopped yesterday. Okay. So examination point of view, the diagram of this nucleosome, a short note on nucleosome, structure of nucleosome, all these things are important. Yesterday we have seen, and here we stopped yesterday. That is why I specifically asked where we stopped. Some of you gave me the answer that the nucleosome is good. So we stopped over here. What is nucleosome? Nucleosome, nothing else. That is the repeating units in the DNA. What you can say, the negatively charged DNA. Now you look at over here. This is the negatively charged DNA that is wrapped around an octamer, which contains some 8 molecules of histones, then 2 molecules each of S2A, S2B, S3 and H4, and encircling this octamer, and then it is going out. At the entry point and exit point, you can see that there is a small sealing histone is there, that we can say as H1. So, and after that we have seen that in a typical nucleosome, there is a DNA part that is ending in such a manner from the entry point of one nucleosome to the entry point of next nucleosome is considered as the DNA of this nucleosome. यहाँ से एंट्री हो गया, इसको एक फुल और एक 3/4 टर्न करके the DNA will go to the next nucleosome, and there it will end up. So till that point, yes, from here to here, whatever DNA extension or length you can see, that is part of this nucleosome. That is why it says that a typical nucleosome contains 200 base pairs. Okay, 200 base pairs are there. Out of this 200 base pair, on the or around the octamer, you can see some 146 or 147 nucleotides are there. Remaining 54 base pair or 53 base pair, that is from this end to this end. And this DNA part is normally called as linker DNA. This is what is linker DNA. Linker DNA is connecting two nucleosomes. The DNA part that is connecting two nucleosomes or octamer, yeah, nucleosomes, that is called as linker DNA. That is having around 53 to 54 base pairs. Okay, and if you know what if you can say the total number of base pairs in a nucleosome, and if you know the length of what you can say the total base pairs of human DNA, see here, this is the total base pairs in human DNA, and if you know the nucleosome number, I mean the base pairs of nucleosome number, and the human chromosome, the total length in base pair, then you can easily find out how many nucleosomes are there in DNA. Then you can easily find out how many nucleosomes are there in a human DNA, and that calculation is written over here. You have to remember this. So this is the total number of nucleosomes present in a human DNA. So ये number आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. So total number of base pair in a human DNA is 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 base pair. The length of the human DNA also we have seen last day. You remember what is the length of the human DNA? How many meter it is? How many meter it is? Right there in the chat box. You are not using chat box nowadays. Come on, utilize chat box maximum. Yeah, very good. So Aryan has given me the answer. He has given me the answer, that is 2.2. That is the correct answer. 2.2 meters length. You can see the human DNA is having. And yeah, everybody giving the answer. Yeah, well and good. So total number of nucleosome in a human DNA, note kar dena, 3.3 into 10 raised to 7. That is the total number of nucleosomes in a human DNA. The total number of base pair in a human DNA is 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 base pair. The total number of base pair in one nucleosome, that is equal to 200 base pairs. So this slide is clear to you. We stopped yesterday here, and I want to say a very few points from this what you can say from this part, and then the part will get over. So I want to just finish that much part now. Now you just look at there the next slide. In the next slide, what it says that it is going to talk about chromatin. Now if you talk about chromatin, so in the nucleosome, now you see this is the nucleosome I say. So this is the nucleosome I said. You see one after the other, you can see the nucleosome, it is coiled around there. And this structure, when it is getting repeatedly, and finally you get a structure like this. Now you see, you just look at my laser over there. So this point, now that means this is coiled and coiled and coiled, and it is super coiled, and then it is going on like that. And ultimately you are getting the chromosome. Starting from the DNA, coiling, one nucleosome is formed there, and nucleosome is going to coiled over there. And this repeated structure, you can see that gives a thread-like structure. This is what is called the chromatin. Now this is the chromatin. This is nothing else. This is the thread-like stain bodies. What is chromatin there? Chromatin, we can say that is the thread-like structure what you see over here. And how this thread-like structure is formed, that is by the repetition of these nucleosomes. The nucleosomes, you can notice that is getting repeated, and repeated nucleosomes constitute the chromatin, we can say, or that is becoming the chromatin here. Okay, and this is the coloring structure. When you color a chromosome, you know that when you do mitosis or do meiosis, you can see that it is absorbing the stain. The stain absorbing part of the chromosome is the chromatin. So this is the structure we call as chromatin. Okay, so yesterday I told you that nucleosome is what? Just like the beads of a chain. I think you remember that. आपका जो ornaments है, जो chain है, वो chain में छोटा छोटा beads होता है, वो beads का जैसा है nucleosome. So when the small beads are placed end to end, and then you are getting a chain. Same manner, these nucleosomes are arranged end to end, and then you are getting a structure which we call as chromatin. And so we say nucleosome is nothing. These are the bead-like appearance, bead-like structure which are seen there on a chromosome or in a chromatin. The bead-like structure the bead-like structure which is seen there in a chromatin is known as the chromosome. So this point is clear to you. What is chromatin? Chromatin is the thread-like structure which are formed by the repeating nucleosomes, and this is a coloring material. This is a coloring body, and this is what is called a chromatin. Okay, now this chromatin, you can see, now look at this picture over here, you can easily understand. Now you see this is the base. The base means the DNA. Now this basic DNA, if you look at, the DNA is having a particular size in width. If you look at, that is just 2 nanometer. The DNA is just 2 nanometer in width, but this 2 nanometer DNA, you can notice that becoming a structure like this. In this structure, you see the repeated beads. What do you call these repeated beads? What do you call these repeated beads? What do you see there in the diagram there now? In the picture, what do you see? What do you call these repeated units? See these repeated units? Can you hear me?
Yes. Sir.
Chat box, you are not writing. You use chat box. Okay, so these repeated units are known as the nucleosome. Okay, this is the DNA. मैंने बोला this is the basic thing. This is the basic thing. Its width is just 2 nanometer. Then it is becoming repeated units like this. It is coiling. That means this structure is going to be coiled, and when it is coiled, you see such structures. छोटा balls का जैसा दिखता है. So this repeated bead like structure we call as nucleosome. When a nucleosome is formed, its width is increased. Look at the width over here. Here the width is just 2 nanometer. But when you come over here, because of this particular coiling, particular formation, you see its width is increased to 11 nanometer. The width is increased to 11 nanometer. Then again, now you see this nucleosome containing chromatin. This is again supercoiling. Now you see this is coiled, and again it is coiling. That is called supercoiling. इसको बोलता है supercoiling. And when it is supercoiled, its width again increases. Now what is the width over here? What is the width written here? What is the width written here? 30 nanometer. You just imagine, earlier it was 2 nanometer. Because of coiling, it has become 11 nanometer. Because of supercoiling, the 11 nanometer become 30 nanometer. That means its thickness increased. Now this 30 nanometer thick supercoils of nucleosome, we say solenoid. What do you call it as? Solenoid. Okay, so the nucleosome is coiling again. The nucleosome is coiling again, and it becomes solenoid. Its size is than 30 nanometer. That is, it is what you can say, thicker than. This is thicker than nucleosome bearing chromatin. Now you can see that this solenoid is again coiling like this. Again it is going to coil just like a telephone wire. टेलीफोन का वायर मालूम है आपका, जो टेलीफोन इंस्ट्रूमेंट घर पे है उसमें रिसीवर के साथ एक कॉइल है ना, वो कॉइल्ड प्लास्टिक वायर है. सो वो जो कॉइल का जैसा, इट इज कॉइल्ड ओवर हियर and coiled again, its thickness increases. Again its thickness increases, and this thickness is now around 300 nanometer. Now just look at there, Earlier, the base is 2 nanometer. That has been coiled. You got an 11 nanometer thick structure. That is again super coiled. You got a thick structure of 30 nanometer. That is called solenoid. That solenoid is again coiled. Okay. And now you are getting a structure of 300 nanometer. Now, when this 300 nanometer coiling is taking place, now I am talking about the total width like this. That is 300 nanometer. Are you seeing over here the 300 nanometer? What is that? That is the width. Now, if you look at over here, एक वायर का थिकनेस उधर दिया है, फाइबर का, मतलब क्रोमैटिन फाइबर का थिकनेस वहां मेंशन किया. ये आपको मिस्टेक नहीं होना, कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम स्पेसिफिकली सेइंग दैट. सो ये जो थिकनेस क्या है देखिए, एक फाइबर का थिकनेस है. ये फाइबर का थिकनेस कितना है? 250 नैनोमीटर. आर यू गेटिंग मी? आर यू गेटिंग इट क्लियरली? This is what? This is the thickness of the coil. This is the coil thickness. This thickness is the thickness of the chromatin fiber. So this thickness is 250 nanometer only, but the thickness of coiling is 300 nanometer. So ye mistake nahi hona. So now this 300 nanometer structure is again coiling and coiling, coiling and super coiling. You see more thick structure is formed. A very thick structure is formed. Its size is that 700 nanometer. You got the point now? Now, this small DNA, this small, long, for example, human beings, बात करें तो 2.2 meter long DNA, coiled and coiled and coiled. It has become not 2.2 meter thick. It is a very small chromosome or chromatin fiber, but the thickness is 700 nanometer. It has become short, but at the same time, it has become thick. Here, it is thin. Here, the chromosome is thin. Yeah, DNA is, yeah, fiber is thin and long. But here, when you come over here, you can see that the chromatin fiber is thick. The chromatin fiber is thick and it has become short. Clear? Students, are you hearing me? Is it clear to you what I said? Now, what is the size of the chromatin fiber? What I said now? The size of the chromatin fiber? 700 nanometer. The thickness of fiber is 250 nanometer. Okay. So mistake nahi hona. You remember the thickness of fiber and the thickness of the coil. Coil का thickness and the fiber का thickness अलग है. आप टेलीफोन का वायर आप याद रखना, अगर आपका घर पे इंस्ट्रूमेंट है तो उनका केबल निकाल के देखो, वो केबल का कोइल का थिकनेस क्या है, दैट इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग है 700 नैनोमीटर. लेकिन वो वायर खींच के वो वायर का थिकनेस देखो, वो छोटा है. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग 250 नैनोमीटर. सो यू शुड नॉट हैव एनी मिस्टेक ओवर देयर. Now what you can see then, this 700 nanometer this chromatin fiber is getting attached by certain fibers, I mean certain proteins like histones or non-histones, and ultimately it becomes a chromosome like this. It becomes a chromosome like this, and you know that the chromosomes you can see there in various stages of cell division. You know, in cell division, you know, prophase is there, metaphase is there, anaphase is there, telophase is there, cytokinesis is there. So all various stages are there, but only in metaphase you can see the chromosome. In prophase you see the chromosome is very thin fiber like, but too long. But when you come to metaphase, we always say the various stages of, I mean various events taking place there in cell division. The long fiber like chromatin reticulum is going to be condensed and becomes a very thick chromosome. That is what we say there in prophase and metaphase. So only in metaphase you can see chromosomes like this. In other stages, you are seeing chromosome there in various stages like this.
Okay, so our point was that, see, the 2 nanometer DNA is a fine fiber thread-like structure. Even in prophase also you can see like this. But now this is coiling and supercoiling, and ultimately during metaphase you get a chromosome like this, very small, thick microscope. I mean, chromosome you are getting during metaphase, and this is the only stage where you can see chromosome under normal microscope. You know that in a lab, when you do mitosis and meiosis, you are able to see the chromosome at this large size only during metaphase, because metaphase chromosome is the thickest chromosome. So when a thickest chromosome is formed during this phase, okay, and finally the size of the chromosome is at 1400 nanometer. Now you just imagine that the 2 nanometer, very small, I mean small in the sense thin, very thin, very long, 2.2 meter long chromosome, their DNA, that has been made as a very small chromosome but very thick. You just imagine 2 nanometer and 1400 nanometer. So this way the long DNA is coiled and supercoiled, and then it is placed there in a small nucleus like in our cell. Okay, so this is the condition. You just look at the next slide. Again you see the point how it is going on. Same thing, only step by step the points are given over here. Now you see step number 1. Step number 1, you see there, you just read it at the simplest level, that is the lowest level. I say the chromatin is how it is. It is a double-stranded helical structure of DNA. That is what you see over here. But this simple DNA, the thin fiber that is going to be complex with the help of histones, and then it forms the nucleosome. Then it forms the nucleosome. So that nucleosome you see over here. Now this 2 nanometer, the small structure, that has become 11 nanometer structure. Now you see each nucleosome consists of 8 histones, proteins, around which the DNA wraps 1.65 times. आपका टेक्स्ट बुक में 1.75 मेंशन किया, that is 1 3/4 लिखा है. That 1 3/4 means that is 1.75, but the actual answer is that 1.65 times. It is turning around the octamer, and then it is going. Okay, and now fourth step, look at them. It is again becoming thick. The chromosome consists of nucleosome plus H1 protein. That is what is seen over here. And again you are coming to the 5th stage. The nucleosome is folding and producing a fiber like this. This fiber is called a solenoid. इधर आओ, solenoid का point लिखा नहीं है, लेकिन previous slide में मैं आपको दिखाया था. This is called solenoid, और ये solenoid का size है 30 nanometer. Now this solenoid is again coiling like this, telephone wire का जैसा coiling. The size is becoming 300 nanometer. Look at the point. It forms loops averaging 300 nanometer in length. Then it is again coiling like our telephone cable right now. This is what you are observing with the instrument. And there the nanometer is becoming 700 nanometer. 700 nanometer, but at the same time, the thickness of this fiber, is just 250 nanometer. That is the thickness, or that is the width of the fiber. Are you getting me? Chat box, You are not writing. You are not able to write in the chat box. Friends, you write in the chat box at least why. Yes, everybody write there in the chat box why. Okay, so chat box you can use. There is no issue because somebody wrote me. I am not able to give you a message, but everybody can give the message and it's okay. So you are getting a structure over here of 700 nanometer. At the same time, this is covered by non-histone proteins, and finally it will come to the higher level. The thickness will increase. It become more tight, and finally you are getting the size of the chromosome, and the chromosome size is that. How much the size of the chromosome then? What is the size of the chromosome over here when you come to this stage? When you come to this stage, what is the size of the chromosome? How much nanometer? Here, you look at my laser. You look at my laser. You look at my laser. Can you see? Here something is written. 1400 nanometer. Now you see this 1400 nanometer is nothing. That is the DNA containing chromosome. And what was the actual width of the DNA? The actual width of the DNA is this. This is the actual width of the DNA. But this actual 2 nanometer thick DNA is coiled and supercoiled and ultimately place it there in a small chromosome having a thickness of 1400 nanometer. This is the packaging of DNA in eukaryotes. इतना क्लियर हो गया? ये चार्ट आपको मालूम पड़ा तो that is very much simple. इतना याद रखो, मैं रिपीट करके और एक बार बोलता हूं. 2 nanometer DNA is coiling and becoming 11 nanometer nucleosome, and these nucleosomes are again coiling, that we can say super coiling, and this super coiling results in the formation of solenoid of 30 nanometer. That 30 nanometer super solenoid, that is again coiling like telephone wire and becoming 300 nanometer, then becomes 700 nanometer. At this time, the histones and non-histone proteins are added up, and ultimately you are getting the metaphase chromosome, and that is of 1400 nanometer. So we can say the 2.2 meter DNA of human cell can be accommodated in a very small cell or in a small nucleus because of coiling and recoiling. Okay, this is all about the packaging of DNA. Is it clear to you? If it is clear to you, you please write a big Y there in the chat box. If you have any doubt, you write that doubt also there in the chat box.
So we are coming to the end of the session. Now the next thing is that even this also you can expect for short question examination. Short question you can expect this one. The topic is then heterochromatin and euchromatin. Okay, before I go to the theoretical area, now you see the picture over here. Now you see here it is clearly mentioned what is heterochromatin and what is euchromatin. Now this is about the chromatin, heterochromatin. That means in the chromosome at some areas you can see that the nucleosomes are very closely packed. Now you see over here, now this you can say that this is the structures over there. This is very closely packed over there. So where it is closely packed, there we can say that it takes lot of strain, and because of that it is what you can say, it is a coloring area, dark colored area, and this dark colored area we can notice that is not so active. It is coloring area, lot of DNA is there in this. इसमें ज्यादा DNA है और ज्यादा स्टेन अब्सॉर्ब करता है. ये nucleosomes are very closely packed over there. Very thick it is, and such thick area we can say as heterochromatin. समझ में आया ये part? What is heterochromatin there? It is written there. The densely packed, genetically inactive region of chromatin. Chromatin reticulum, if you look at, it has two regions. One region will be like this. The other region will be like this. In one region, you can say, you say this is the nucleosome. These nucleosomes are very closely packed. Very closely packed. There is no gap in between. And because of that reason, it is taking too much stain. It is dark stain, dark colored. Okay. And in this region, you can say the number of DNA will be more. 2 to 3 times more DNA will be there here. Even though more DNA present over here, this region is actually inactive. This densely packed, dark colored, and dark colored inactive region of the chromatin. Inactive region of the chromatin, we can say heterochromatin. That is clear to you? What is heterochromatin? In one word, you give me an answer. What is heterochromatin? Hello? Hello? What is heterochromatin? The inactive region. That is the one word answer I expected. So the inactive region of the chromatin is known as heterochromatin. What characteristics you can say? One, it is thick. Second is then dark colored, dark stain. Then third, we can notice that the DNA will be more over here. But unfortunately, we can say this is the most inactive region of the chromatin. That is what is called a heterochromatin. Now look at the another part that is called a euchromatin. अब ये है euchromatin, ये है euchromatin, या ये है euchromatin. So euchromatin में क्या है? इसका opposite है. So euchromatin means in this region we can notice that इधर का जैसा condensed नहीं है. देखो इधर gap है, बहुत गैप है. लिंकर डीएनए है इधर, सो एक गैप में है. इधर का जैसा वेरी क्लोज नहीं है. सो वी कॉल इट एज लूजली अरेंज्ड या लूजली पैक्ड. लाइक दिस इट इज नॉट कंडेंस्ड. इधर क्या हुआ है या इधर क्या हुआ है, दैट इज टोटली कंडेंस्ड. बट इन दिस रीजन इट इज what you can say non condensed, and second we can say loosely packed. Loosely packed. And another important thing is that ये inactive बोला है, but this is very active. This is very active, and this region is replicate. I mean, transcription is taking place from this region, but this region transcription is not taking place. That is why we said it is inactive, but this region is active. Okay. And last point, this region, since it is distantly placed, this is loosely packed, so it won't take much stain. Zyada stain bhi nahi lenge. Okay. So it is always light stain. That is why you see over here light colors. You can see over here that light colors indicating that their euchromatin is present. So this is euchromatin. Euchromatin याद रखना, euchromatin बोलेगा तो 4 points याद रखना है. One, loosely packed. Second is non-condensed. And third thing is that this is the active part of the chromatin. And fourth is that it takes less stain or light staining. Whether heterochromatin है तो So if it is heterochromatin, in heterochromatin we can say it is condensed, tightly packed, then inactive and coloring structure, coloring area, and 2 to 3 times more DNA present over here compared to euchromatin. So these are the differences between heterochromatin and euchromatin. Examination mostly they are asking, write a short note on heterochromatin or euchromatin with a diagram. You should know the diagram, at least this diagram. If you are finding it difficult to draw this diagram. This is very simple diagram. Okay, so these are the 5 points you have to keep in mind for each one. Getting me clearly now? So heterochromatin characteristics, you please write there in the chat box fast. Heterochromatin characteristics, please write there in the chat box. Yeah, active, condensed, densely packed. Come on. Okay, active. You write there. I am reading it. Only 2-3 students are writing. 3-4 students. Write fast. Densely packed. What about this? Yeah, heterochromatin. Now you are talking. You are writing heterochromatin or euchromatin. I ask heterochromatin. I ask heterochromatin. Heterochromatin, condensed, inactive. Then third point, thick, 2 to 3 times more DNA. Then staining dark. Okay, so 4-5 points you got it now. Then now come to euchromatin. Euchromatin points. Euchromatin points. Do euchromatin, euchromatin, non-condensed. Then active. Then third point, non-condensed, active, yeah, fast replicating, okay, loosely packed, and light stains. So these are the points you have to keep in mind. Okay, so heterochromatin, I repeat, condensed, that is closely packed over there. Then inactive, is staining more, and 2 to 3 times more DNA. In euchromatin, you can see it's opposite. Okay, so in a chromatin, there are 2 regions, dark stain region and light stain region. So we can say that in chromosome, 2 regions are there, or in a chromatin fiber, 2 regions are there. There is a light stain area and a dark stain area. What do you call the dark stain area? You write the first letter fast. What do you call the dark stained area of chromatin? Dark stained area of chromatin. Come on fast. Heterochromatin. And what do you call the light area? The light area, euchromatin. Which is the active area? Which is the active area? Euchromatin. Okay. Which is the dark staining area? Heterochromatin. So okay, very good. I understood that it is clear to you. So now we go to next slide. Now the next slide is there in front of you. Okay, come on, open your chat box properly, all of you. Write the answer of the first question. All of you write the answer in your chat box first. What is the question written there? What is the backbone of the DNA structure? What is the backbone of the DNA structure? I told you once. You please write there in the chat box. Come on fast. Sugar and phosphate. Sugar and phosphate. All of you agree? All of you agree? Yes. Okay, very good. Now, go to second question. What is the second question? Name the nitrogen bases of DNA. First letters you write. No need to write the whole thing. You write first letters only. Okay, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Okay, good. Carry on. And okay, fine. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Answer is clear to you? Okay. Now go to question number 3. Question number 3. What are nucleoside and nucleotide? What are nucleoside and nucleotide? What are nucleoside and nucleotide? What are nucleotide and nucleoside? Nucleoside and nucleotide. Look at third question. Now question number 3. What is, okay, nucleotide, you know? What is nucleotide? Nucleosides are the structural subunits of nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. That's okay. Nucleotides, okay, I will tell you that. Actually, you studied it later. I mean, before. You studied it before last year also. This year also I mentioned that. Okay, leave it. Nucleotide means sugar, nitrogen base, and a phosphate. One sugar, one nitrogen base, and one phosphate linked together. It is called a unit. That is nucleotide. DNA is a polynucleotide means. DNA is a polynucleotide means when many nucleotides are attached end to end, you get the DNA. Are you getting me? When many nucleotides are attached, placed end to end, you get the DNA. That is why we say DNA is a polynucleotide chain. Now, what is there in a polynucleotide? Polynucleotide is the basic unit of DNA. Polynucleotide is the basic unit of DNA. That basic unit contains 3 things. Can you tell me what are those 3 things in a polynucleotide? I mean, in a nucleotide, one sugar, DNA तो deoxyribose sugar, 4 नाइट्रोजन बेस में से एक नाइट्रोजन बेस, कोई भी एक नाइट्रोजन बेस, कौन सा नाइट्रोजन बेस है उसका हिसाब से उनका नाम चेंज हो जाएगा. वो एडेनिन न्यूक्लियोटाइड हो सकता है, गुआनिन का न्यूक्लियोटाइड हो सकता है, और साइटोसिन का हो सकता है, थाइमिडिन का हो सकता है. So that is why we said there are 4 different types of nucleotides. So nucleotide is the basic unit which contains 3 subunits: sugar, phosphate, and any one of the nitrogen base. Is it clear? अभी वो clear हो गया? What is nucleotide? Come on, जल्दी write there in the box. Chat box में लिखो जल्दी. क्या है लिखो? Sugar, phosphate, and any one nitrogen base. Okay, that is clear to you now. Now from the nucleotide, I am going to remove phosphate. Then what will remain there? From the nucleotide, I removed phosphate. Phosphate को remove कर दिया. Then what is there? Only sugar and nitrogen. Am I right? That is what is called nucleoside. That is what is called a nucleoside. Nucleoside भी 4 type होता है, depends upon the nitrogen base present. So the moment you attach a phosphorus to nucleoside, it becomes nucleotide. Nucleoside plus phosphate is equal to nucleotide. Sugar plus phosphate plus any one of the nitrogen base is equal to nucleotide. Abhi it is clear? It's clear? Clear now? Okay. Srishti Gupta, I am asking one question to you. You give me the answer. Srishti Gupta, you give me the answer. Look at question number 4. Give me the answer. Okay. So many people are there to help Srishti. Okay, fine. Okay, right hand. So double helix DNA is right-handed. So all the 4 questions are clear to you. Now go to the next one. Find out what is the key difference between DNA in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. You know or don't know? I want to avoid the repetition. That is why I'm asking. You know the answer or you don't know the answer? Next one. What is the key difference between DNA in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? The key difference. The key difference. Sometimes it comes that maybe because of your internet connection. Here it is okay. Here it is clear. See, if you look at the DNA strand, you can see that its movement is towards right. So that is why because of the depends upon what you can say the number of bases. That is why that means the angle it goes like that only. That is going a right hand only. We said right hand. Double strand and single strand. Yeah, single stranded. Yeah, Aryan has written the answer for the last question. The main difference, the key difference between DNA in prokaryotic and eukaryotic is that one is double stranded, the other one is then single stranded. And other points also you can write over there. For time being, we'll finish it off now. Now this question is clear to you. Now we come to the end of the topic. Okay. Now the thing is that this part 1 is completely over.